All right. Well, have fun, play nice, and don't kill each other.
We're live. Live here.
That is the
Hey.
best start to a stream ever. And
Oh boy.
that was Peter Allen, ladies and gentlemen, for 2 seconds. Giving us words of love and wisdom.
And before I did
So,
this again.
sorry I'm late, but Wednesdays I've got my son until 7, so it kind of conflicts with my stream time. What, Matt? Oh, look at this. Want some chicken. This chicken seriously smells funny. I mean, it tastes okay, but it smells really funny. I'm like, I don't know, it's really weird. Funny smelling chicken. Oh God, even the cat wouldn't eat it. Okay, well, hey guys, welcome to the live stream. What's up? Check out chat.
Hello.
Chicken.
Hey.
Let's see. Wow, we got lots of peeps. We got Chadwick, we got Roland Bear, we got Green Thunder, we got Cuban, Tom, Big Dro,
Ryan Alford.
Yeah, that guy. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to like quickly shovel in a mouthful of like chicken while you're like Ryan Alford. It's like, oh, that guy, yeah. Got a nigga in the chat, but we also got a nigga on the stream.
Hello.
Yeah, so awesome. Anyways, so today being Wednesday, the news cycle was very repetitive today. I feel like the news cycle is just trying to get me irate every fucking day for the moment. This stupid fucking pro-choice, pro-life shit is just being slammed in my face like daily.
It's that same black bitch.
No, it's just the news cycle because like it's like the big thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
So-
I just came across a picture on YouTube that somebody tweeted, so I retweeted it. A bunch of college girls sitting there with signs saying, parasites have no rights. I find it very ironic considering that's coming from a bunch of girls who are probably unemployed, going to college because their parents paid for it, living off of their parents. It's pretty parasitic to me, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And like, I mean, I realize that, this should be like, it because I'm a female, watching other women take pleasure in the death of those, quote, parasites that they're supposed to love, nurture, and adore. And it's an insult to anybody with tits and ovaries. I feel disgusted to be a woman in 2019. I really do. I am thoroughly disgusted that others that are the same gender as me take pleasure in such things that I feel like whenever women are beating down men and whenever women are fucking killing babies and whenever women are standing up there like little feminists, like it makes me ashamed to be a woman. And in fact, sometimes when I go into like the store and I get like bath bombs and I get like smelly things that make me feel all fucking ladylike, I get a big smile on my face because it's like I'm saying fuck you to the fucking feminists because I am being truly feminine. And every day when I thank God for my gender role of being a mom, I say fuck you to the feminists in my own little way. So, yeah, I feel like the news cycle is just throwing the shit king. Women empowerment, and I'm thinking, you need to feel empowered by killing your babies. Okay. And she's like, this is not just empowerment, and this is just not just for defending women, but transsexual males and non-binaries too. And I'm like, the women.
Yeah, if you have a vagina, you get a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's
If you can get
basic
pregnant,
biology.
if you can get pregnant, you're a fucking woman. But she's like, this is not just the rights of women. And of course, she did the virtue signal of, it was like as strong as the Batman signal in the light of day. I swear to God, she just did the Batman signal and went, trans and non-binaries too. And just the fucking Batmobile just drove by at the same time. Like, yeah, virtue deployed. Just fucking retarded. And I'm like, this fantasy world is getting really just not convenient. Please come join our fantasy. For a limited time offer, you too can get a pussy hat and some pitchforks. Like,
Being fun of the trouble is garbage humans have a lot of the power. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I know. Oh
That's why you
God,
have to pay
and it's
attention to them.
terrible. Because like I have had, hey, straight cis male. I have had this conversation with Cuban, but I personally think that a strong male with testosterone that's like manly, like a manly man, that's fucking attractive to me. It's attractive when men are fucking men.
The end of falling for me instead. Unlucky.
Right? Like especially like, you know, when I picture tough men, I think of manly man.
Although I would reword that the way you reword it as opposed to the way you just said it, because it could be construed as you like gay porn. You like men fucking men.
Oh, no. I'm just like men that are men that act like men. And I mean, opening up pickle jars is also an asset, but mainly the fact that they're men. But jars is an asset, and so are reaching top shelf. You know, like I don't think gender roles are mandatory, but I think gender roles have worked for a reason. And I've kind of like told a lot of people like the way that a man and a woman can complement each other and just come together so well, and you have, you know, just the strength of a man and the beauty of a woman, and the way that they come together to make such amazing things happen, you know, where you come into a home and you just feel safe the minute that you enter. You just feel loved, you feel stronger. Like it's truly a beautiful thing when a man and a woman can complement each other and create something. You know, it's a beautiful thing, and I find it truly sad that we're breaking that and just smashing it to the ground. I feel truly saddened because it's a beautiful thing. For you know, no, nothing. Am I the only? Am I just insane or something? Just, or was that just so wonderful that you're all in awe?
You are a bit insane, but you're a woman.
Okay. Oh, the kid agrees with me. He even said, "Well, yeah, that's right, go blind girl. You totally rocked that gender role." Little Chucker agreed. I got a cheer from a child. It's all good.
Y'all heard that?
Yes, I did. And it was glorious because it was the perfect moment too. Woo! I'm like, yes, somebody agrees with me.
It's wild considering he's on the other side of the house and has no clue what's going on.
Don't crush my hopes and dreams, Trucker. See?
Yeah, well, he's 2 years old. He wouldn't have much to do anyway, would he?
Yeah,
Kids cheer me on.
You have no idea what's going on.
pretty much.
It's okay. You know what? I will just.
Well, I still say that was the cutest thing earlier today. We took him to a playground and he's sitting there playing, having fun, going down slides. The caveat is this playground is right behind a local municipal airport. And one of them planes started up and went to take off. It scared the living bejeebies out of him. And as soon as the plane was gone, like a minute later, he was fine, back to playing. And then about 5 minutes later, here come all these skydivers coming out of the sky because the plane that took off was full of skydivers. And he just stared in absolute wonder at these people just falling out of the sky.
He was learning about gravity.
Yeah.
We used to have like a shit ton of parachuters all the time in our small town, so you'd always see them in like groups of 10, and they'd make little shapes as they were floating down in all their uniquely colored chutes. There was one American one, he sucked, but other than that, it was good. Yeah, they were called mile high divers. Even though if you're just jumping from a mile high, that's like, but you know.
It's people that are stupid enough to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. So,
you know what? If I was allowed to, I so would.
Well, you're not allowed to skydive.
No, apparently not.
Why
Well,
not?
I mean, they don't like high risk diabetics jumping out of planes, I guess.
Oh man, I was hoping you were going to go for the blind angle because I could say it scares the shit out of the dog. Thanks.
I don't have a dog for a reason. I don't want to walk it.
The
But
stick
yeah,
would
this
break.
he was just retarded because, like, you know, it's okay to use, you know, to have certain democratic states, you know, pass laws for extreme abortion bills where you can kill after they're born. But the minute that you have a conservative bill passed, it's like the end of the goddamn world, and people are just losing their fucking minds. Like, seriously, when like the Daily Wire, all they've talked about is abortion for the past week. That's all that's in the news cycle is either Mueller report or fucking baby killers.
Actually, the Mueller report itself is kind of over. They're trying to pursue, for the most part in the news, they're trying to pursue either obstruction because of the Mueller report as a result of not in it, or they're playing with his tax returns again.
Or they're trying to, you know, take out Barr.
Mm-hmm. They're finding a scapegoat.
Absolutely. And what's really hilarious about all that is, like, essentially all the Dems that were, you know, pushing the Mueller report, they're all shooting at each other, blaming each other. Oh, it's that guy's fault. No, it's that guy's fault. They're all just pointing at each other and just fucking blaming everybody.
Yeah.
You hear y'all hear the latest of the day? Trump walked out of a meeting with Pelosi and another Democratic leader on infrastructure.
I heard about that.
I heard about that. He was like, infrastructure, something we can all, you know, smooth sailing. We all have common ground on there. We can get this done. And right after Nancy Pelosi goes, he's partaking in a cover-up. Trump is just doing a cover-up. He walked in, basically said, fuck you, and walked back out again.
It was in there for 3 minutes.
It was a little more complicated than that. He walked in. The reports say he walked in and said, "Y'all gonna, all the investigations you have been having have been proving fruitless for you. Either stop it or I ain't dealing with you." They said they're not going to stop it, so he left.
Oh, well, dumb down. He said, "Screw you guys."
All they're doing is digging themselves a deeper hole come election time.
Oh, hells yeah.
Well, there's actually been pushes. There's a coalition that's trying to form to among states. I can't remember how many states there is right now, but it's a coalition that signed the coalition has signed an agreement in several states saying if a candidate wins the popular election, every single electoral vote will go to the popular vote winner. Which is they're figuring out as their way to circumvent the electoral college.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But I will say one thing: as far as at this point, they keep going after Trump like this. He's gonna end up winning the popular vote this time. He didn't lose the popular vote by that much.
Yeah, this election, I'm like, everybody's like, big focus on this election. It's not this election I'm worried about. It's 2024. Because at that point, now you got to look for somebody that's not Trump. You got to look for somebody else, and like, I don't know, man. I don't fucking trust any of them at this moment.
Well, I haven't trusted any of them for several years. It's like,
And I mean,
who
that
was
a
that crappy?
Canadian would care, but
What?
Well, I was gonna say, like, who was it who said that crappy? Mark Twain? There's lies, damn lies in politics.
Yep.
So,
yeah, but I mean, politics have gotten pretty fucking extreme as of late.
It's because of the Democrats, that's why.
not really. There's always been extremists. There's always been extremists, but they never really gained any traction in the history books because nobody pays them any mind.
Yeah, until now. But I mean, like, oh, go ahead.
Politics are so messed up now. It's going to take a long time for it to be straightened out.
Yeah, it is.
I got a question on that. Do you think the politics that we're in now is going to resolve in a civil war?
Probably.
Yeah.
Mm.
To a point, we're already in civil war.
Oh,
We're just
shit.
not. We're not in a
Gunfight.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I was going to try to say like militia based or combat based or something.
Yeah.
We haven't gone to blows. We haven't gone to blows, but we're getting there quickly.
Oh
that's
yeah,
not good.
I mean, come on, people are getting bricks thrown at them in the UK. Like over here, people are getting, beating the snot out of for just having an opinion that's different from somebody else. Like you've got fucking anti-talk going around all over the place too. Like Jesus Christ, yeah, like a bunch of teams fucking beat the snot out of an old guy because he was pro-life, and he was like, we might as well say we're in a civil war now. It just hasn't got to the point where we're, gun to gun, but we're not far from it. And it's weird that a Canadian would care about American politics this far, but to be honest, what happens in America does, to a degree, affect Canada. And the fact that this is happening in all the Western countries, Canada is going down a shit road. Just a shit road.
It is.
The only thing I can say about Canada is, well, Europe has, bricks and milkshakes, and America has, people being, beat up on campuses. At least Canada hasn't gotten as violent as the rest of them, but it will.
Well, what they need to do is wipe a slate clean up, wash it, and start over again. May not be any better, but
we need to start actually caring about educating our children again.
well, one Virginia Republican introduced legislation to limit the terms on all of Congress, so there will be no career politicians.
Well, that's been introduced before, so.
Yeah, but you know who I'm talking about. Riddleman.
Yeah,
okay.
We just need to start taking an interest in educating our kids again. We gave the teachers way too much power to educate our kids without getting involved. And we really need to start getting involved in our children's lives again.
Well, as far as the U.S. goes, a lot of the teachers getting more and more power comes from a unconstitutional government body, the Department of Education.
Yeah, and it's starting to become, and I'll use the word, problematic. Just a little problematic. And so, like, I actually sometimes am thankful that my kid has autism because he's probably not going to get swept away by all of this political garbage because it's not going to even register.
Yeah, but he's not gonna. It doesn't mean he's not gonna be affected by it.
True. I take a little bit of comfort in at least that he's
Yeah.
probably not going to care either way. His special interests are strong, and anything that aren't in his special interest doesn't register on him. So I'm hoping to God he can stay out of that mess because the education system is a mess.
Sorry.
The autism curriculum will be too busy teaching them life skills to be teaching them about anything else. And I honestly thank God for that because it's just, ugh. 11. She just wants to be an artist like her daddy, so she likes to paint with me so I can teach her technique. Oh, painting. That's cool. That's a very
Someone was asking.
non-political moment.
Someone was asking him if he could be a guest on the stream tonight, and he's unavailable because he's spending time with his daughter.
Aww, I love that. That is so awesome. I don't know why, but there's just something magical about daddies and little girls. I don't know why.
You're in the noise is Washington D.C.
Yeah, it's coming from Crappy Slayer.
Aw. Oh, hey, Bjorn. I don't know. Like, there's something just delightfully magical about daddies and their little girls. I don't know why. I love it. Maybe I have a romanticized image of just a daddy with his little girl, but it's like that too is one of the most beautiful things to me.
Stuff it. What am I, chopped liver? Sheesh.
What?
Because I'm a little boy.
They're adorable too.
I'm plain.
Yeah, no. But still, daddies with little boys are also cute. Daddies and children are just really sexy. But I don't know. There's just something about like this little princess, little girl, and her daddy that I just think is just really. It just makes you go, oh, like a manly man being able to get down and have a tea party with his little girl. It just makes a woman go, oh, melt.
Yeah, but you can't have kids, so that won't happen.
Oh, I still have a fawn. Yeah, that's right, Scotty. You come over and get your green card. Guess who you're gonna have to meet? You're gonna have to meet little fawn.
That's fine.
There you go. You will totally have an opportunity to be that sexy male with a little girl.
Play like tea parties and stuff, man.
Yeah, well, because she doesn't have a daddy. She doesn't have a daddy at all. Like, her adoptive mom is like the best mom in the world, but she's single. So she doesn't have a daddy. So you might effectively be the only
Bjorn says my daughter ain't no princess. Bjorn's got a tomboy.
Well, if I'm the only male role model in your life, I'm the wrong example.
You'll be fine.
I am what not to do in life.
You have already dressed up as a baby and sang. What's playing tea party?
Hell, I raised 2 tomboys too.
I can't. There's nothing bad to be. There's not a thing bad to be said about tomboys.
Nope.
Because here's the thing: I'll go outside and I'll be sitting and working on my pickup truck, working on the lawnmower, working on stuff like that, while my wife's sitting right next to me at the tool bench, working on my chainsaw, working on my log splitter. Because I'm not very good at 2-cycle motors, and she is.
Oh, well, I was a tomboy too, but I am delighted to say that my little fawn is a pretty princess who will pick up frogs in a princess dress. So she's very tomboyish, but she also loves the pretty princess dresses. So it's adorable because she'll like want to roughhouse, but she's in like this pretty little pink dress doing it. So it's awesome.
No.
Yeah, both of mine picked up frogs too, but they turned out to be snakes.
I actually have a picture of Fawn wearing a snake as a necklace. Oh yeah, it scared the shit out of her mother too. Well, her other mom, she was like, Fawn was just like wearing a necklace, and when I looked closer, it was moving. Yep. Little girls are adorable. Little boys are cute too. I love my little man. But I don't know, there's just yeah, okay, I'm a little biased. Just a little. My daughter is both. She's a little princess and a tomboy. Yeah, mine too.
So you're a sexist, basically.
No, I have this little fantasy world.
You're supposed to love your kids equally.
I do. But I just think the pretty princess and a man thing is just it's cute. That image is just it's a pleasant thing for me. But my little boy is also pretty damn awesome.
My oldest girl, her first husband would go out hunting and kill a deer, and she'd end up skinning it
Oh,
and breaking it down.
I did that once, and I can shoot a deer. I can't skin a deer.
She can do all of it.
I couldn't. For some reason, just the feeling of like the skin coming out. Oh, I can shoot a deer just fine. I, for some reason, can't skin anything.
I would not trust you with a gun.
Well, not anymore, no. But when I was a teenager, I was pretty handy with the gun, sir.
Only sir.
Sir.
You're older than me. It just seems weird you call me sir. I'm not even just a little bit older than me either. You're 10 years older than me.
You taffy.
Fucking cougar Canuck.
Oh, and yet it's true. Wait, so if it's true that I'm a fucking cougar Canuck, does that mean it's true that you're a taffy?
No, because I'm not Welsh.
Thanks, Ginger Man.
I've never been to Wales. But me calling you a Mexican, it doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe.
You gotta go through at least one other country to get to Wales. So, for me, so.
Oh, so it's like that other country is like your condom against the whales?
Yeah. So you got to go through England before you get to Wales.
So England is Wales' condom.
No, Wales is England's tumor. He's not found himself a lump on the side.
So, before I get into all the great news that Trucker has sent me, I have to do this this Paw Patrol article now that I've spent 44 minutes talking about other things. So, Scotty found this Paw Patrol article that is very interesting. Paw Patrol, Mighty Pups, cartoon, canines in fascistic mission. So in other words, is Paw Patrol is fascist, which I don't understand, but apparently during the 1970s, in a series of lectures at the College de France, Michael Falcott outlined a secret history of the police, characterizing a force that paid greater attention to regulating the marketplace than investigating and arresting criminals. The central task of the police, according to classical Foucauldian analysis, has also been to thwart and foil the possibility of revolution, the possibility of transgressing the order of the capital. For the, I can't even pronounce that. Geo Isaac? Easy? Fucking. Oh, wait, I gotta turn my volume for it to speak. 1 second, I'll figure out what this word is. I'm totally literate. Oh, bourgeoisie. There we go. So for the bourgeoisie, the main danger.
Yeah, the
Again-
Protestants.
Yeah. Which it had to be protected. That which had to be avoided at all costs was armed uprising, was the armed people, was workers taking to the streets, and assault against the government. What the fuck does this have to do with Paw Patrol? Paw Patrol, Mighty Pups. The first theatrical reiteration from the popular animated franchise is the latest shadowy attempt to normalize state-sponsored thuggery. Released in the same week as a 4K refurbishment of Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove, Mighty Pups proposes a scenario that allows for the emergence of a fascistic form of government in order to restore security. When Mayor Humdinger's nephew Harold accidentally diverts a meteor and changes its path to hit Adventure Bay, the Rock bestows superpowers upon Harold and the lackeys of the title. Okay. Harold and his uncle attempt to overthrow the establishment only to be thwarted by Paw Patrol.
Seriously.
This happens despite the fact that the cartoon canines have become separated from their human slave driver rider. Oh man, they're slaves to rider. They're dogs. Thus, the apparatus chillingly maintains itself and the bourgeois order, even in the absence of state authority. In keeping with the ideologically contradictory political theater pioneered by Vladislav Surkov, the film orthodoxy is offset by the filmmaker's gleeful dismissal of. Okay, I forget how to say this. Aristotelian, sorry. Structure. God, these words are too big for me. After 45 minutes of shooting and sloganeering, you can do it! An announcer informs the audience that the film was poptastic. Appalling is a more accurate assessment before ushering an episode of Top Wing, which is basically Paw Patrol with birds. It's not enough to jackboot across the earth. The very skies are policed and corporalized. Sorry, corporatized. You know what? Are they really like? I feel like they're just reading. Like, are children really gonna understand this at all?
No, I barely understand it.
Yep. Interpretation of Paw Patrol brought to you by. Damn it, what was his name? Donald McGurman?
Or irishtimes.com.
So how the fuck is a toddler supposed to like no.
Yeah, like just what? There is no sense of jeopardy or opposition in the erroneously named Adventure Bay. Harold and his uncle are not villains, but I can't pronounce that. Second order simulacra, befitting fake world run by corporations and kept stable by feeble politicians, personified by Adventure Bay's tulip obsessed mayor. Hey, she's black. You can't get upset at that. And bootlickers like Paw Patrol, they're just very nice and helpful pups. And you know what? The mayor is black. And you know what? If anything, you know what? If you want to pick on Paw Patrol, maybe you should be like, why is the mayor black and she has a chicken in her purse constantly?
It's a fucking show for toddlers. Stop looking
It
so
is.
deep into it.
But the black mayor owns a pet chicken and carries it around in her purse. How did they get away with that?
I wonder, did she cook it too?
No, it's chickaletta. It's a purse chicken. Like the first chicken.
No, that's animal cruelty, that is.
And she's black and she has a purse chicken.
Of course she has.
Is the chicken alive?
Oh yeah, the chicken's alive.
Of course she has.
That is extreme animal cruelty, then, isn't it?
Yeah, and like she loves her chicken so much she'll make like gold statues of it and shit.
Bitch needs to go to KFC if she's gonna get some real chicken.
Yeah, like and she's black and she's obsessed with her pet chicken. And I'm like, if there's anything about this show that you're gonna complain about, that should be it.
Fucking
wait, is the chicken the purse itself then?
Oh yeah, the chicken lives in the purse and is
I
carried around.
thought the chicken was the purse. It defies medical science.
I feel bad for that chicken.
It's a purse chicken, which is supposed to be called the first chicken, like the first lady.
The first lady
right?
chicken.
So it's the mayor's pet chicken that she carries around in a purse, like a dog in a purse, and the chicken gets out and runs around and gets into crazy shit all the time, and the Paw Patrol always has to save it. And she like loves her chickaletta, like it's just like chickaletta is God to her.
I don't know. I have bad vibes that she's gonna cook it.
Just there's something just going on that's crazy wrong with that mayor. Just saying, but yeah, she's just and she's really airheaded too, which is hilarious. I feel like BLM would have like a big problem with that, but they don't for some reason.
Because she's black.
She's black. She's depicted as pretty dumb, and like she has a chicken with her constantly.
No surprise.
That's how they've made the only major black character of the show.
Yeah.
And like she'll be like there, and she'll like one of her major crises she's had is she broke a heel on her high heel shoes.
Okay, I broke my heel, like my heel bone. That shit hurts.
No, she broke it. She broke a heel in her shoe, and that was one of her big emergencies.
Oh wow, pussy.
And she also can't drive very well. She's always crashing her car.
Well, what do you expect? She's a woman.
Yep.
Yes, hello.
But well, women are they a protected class over in Europe?
Yeah, but I'm not too sure what's a hate crime and what isn't anymore. I pretty much may as well just disavow everything.
It's a good thing this is Blind Girl Stream because I can say whatever the fuck I want.
You know, you have the First Amendment, so yes, you can.
Yeah.
I don't have that shit.
Feelings, Scotty. Blessings.
Yeah, by the way, if you want to help me out, guys, my son broke his marble maze. Please donate to Streamlabs.
Donate for marbles.
My son broke his marble maze. And he's very Well, actually, he was okay today because I distracted him with enough food. But Saturday, I am gonna just. It's gonna suck.
I expect a Discord call on Saturday. Just be like,
Oh, expect a very flustered female on the Saturday.
oh dear God, I'll be hungover.
Oh, poor you. Get lots of Tylenol, honey.
I'll buy some item brew. I'll be fine.
But lucky for you, if I call you at like 9 o'clock all flustered, it'll be like 2 o'clock your time, so it won't be too early.
I might still be asleep.
Oh, well, you know.
I'll message you when I wake up.
I'll be up at 7 regardless. But yeah, there is the politics of the Paw Patrol. They're fascist. Like, I just fascism in Paw Patrol. It's freaking hilarious. All right, let's see what Trucker has given me today.
Crap, you might want to be ready once some of these articles start coming out.
Ooh. Video appears to show somebody taking a bath in the kitchen sink at a Florida Wendy's. Okay, that's awesome.
Actually, there's no appears. I've seen the video. He flat out did it.
Should I show this video?
It's safe for work.
Okay. Who wants to see a video of a guy taking a bath at a Wendy's? You can tell me what it looks like.
I don't want to see a video of a guy taking a bath.
Well, apparently it's safe for work.
He's wearing. I mean, he's wearing shorts.
Is this stream safe for work now? Is it?
No, but I don't want to get a nudity strike because you know what?
There's no nudity.
For all the nigga Jew that I say, I have not gotten one strike yet. Not one.
Nigga, Jew.
Anything.
I listened to the stream. I listened to the stream when I went after people on Twitter.
Jews, nigga, Jew, Texas.
Yeah,
I
like
still haven't been.
I've not been struck for anything yet. Like, I don't understand it. I feel like somebody should have got me for at least racism.
It's because you got a black guy on the stream. That's why.
I'm surprised I didn't get. I'm surprised I haven't been done for harassment yet after the stream I did, where I just went after MEPs on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go.
You always need a nigga for support.
Or something. Just how I avoided prison for that. That's an achievement.
Advertisement. Okay, did I miss the video? Did I just?
Or maybe you're just half
Yeah, you
blind.
did miss the video. Go up.
Okay.
Where the hell did it go?
Nigga, Jew.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Where did it go?
Jews, nigga, Jew. Kite.
Because the video is like in the Twitter box, but for some reason it's not
Yeah.
on.
Cougar.
All right, I'm working on it.
I'm gonna reload to see if maybe it'll help. Nice one, Scotty.
What the hell was
my son
that?
does that. That was Scotty farting.
Oh, okay.
Everyone farts.
Oh no, nothing wrong. It's just sounded a bit wet.
Wait, what? Parents forget newborn baby in taxi?
Really?
It wasn't until the driver picked up a fare at the airport that the underage passenger made its presence known. Jesus Christ. People should need a license to fucking keep their babies.
People should just need a license before they become parents.
Well, this video is not loading, so fuck it. Just purely fuck it. I will just read the goddamn article.
I'm trying to find the video.
Well, you know what? It's on my phone. It just, for some reason, did not load on my computer.
They might have actually removed it from the article.
No, I have the article loaded on my phone, and the video's there. But for some reason on my computer, it just went, fuck you, William Shatner style. And I thought it was going to be a hilarious sharing of experience. We all
hang tight. I'm working on it.
After is determined. I like it. I have an experience. So, yeah. Milton, Florida.
Fuck.
Florida man. Viral video posted to Facebook appears to show a possible Wendy's employee bathing in a kitchen sink at one of the fast food chain Florida locations. CBS affiliate WKRG reports the shirtless and barefoot man climbed into the sink, which was full of soap suds at the Wendy's in Milton, near Pensacola. In the video clip, Wendy's employees appear to be filming the situation.
I'm going to say it was a lot of peace.
An operations manager for Wendy's told WKRG the business was investigating the footage and declined further comments.
Ow.
The Florida Department of Business, hi, little trucker, and hello again, little trucker, professional regulation released a statement this afternoon. See, your child heard bath and got excited.
I just put it in the chat there, in the main chat.
So yeah, and apparently there's a division of hotels and restaurants has received multiple consumer complaints regarding the Wendy's restaurant in Milton over the 24 hours after the viral video was posted on social media. I can't read the piece of paper.
Oh, no. Don't do that.
I can't read it because it's
Sorry.
It's a photo of text. Is the child doing something crazy?
Yeah, the child just went for my big pile of work paperwork and threw it across the bedroom.
Oh.
And now he's sitting there like he's in trouble, which he's not.
And you haven't scanned it yet, have you?
Yeah, I scanned it.
Oh, you good, yeah.
All right, so Blonde Girl, the link to that video is in the chat.
Well, it was. Now there's a bunch of people talking over it. All right, let's see. You know what? If you want to see the video, click on it, people.
Lord, that's a disgrace.
Well, you could always have Lil Nigga or Scotty share it.
All right, who's going to share it? Who's going to click on it for me and screen share?
Okay, a minute. Go find it.
You do it, Scotty.
Aww. Little trucker says, yeah, we want to see Beth.
They don't know how big an occurrence that is that we see, do they, trucker?
No, it happens quite a bit. I think, what was it, about 6 months ago, it happened in a Subway, I think.
Yeah.
It just
But,
says add this explain menu.
I mean, I know it happens at our yard all the time.
Nothing's showing up.
Hold on. You only
It's
called me that
okay.
one time, Crappy.
Huh?
You only called me that one time, Crappy.
No. I ain't talking about you.
I know.
I'll just present that for a while because
It was
I
a
can.
joke, Goofy.
Okay.
It's present me because you love me. Okay.
Exactly. I'm presenting my one true love.
Love you too.
So, this one is American Taliban John Walker. Lind to be released from prison after nearly 2 decades. I think he's learned his lesson. Alexandria, VA. That's for VA. That's
Virginia.
yeah. Okay. I wanted to say Virginia, but the A threw me off because I thought it would be VI. But then I'm like, okay, maybe not.
Nah.
John Walker, the young Californian who became known as the American Taliban after he was captured by U.S. forces in the invasion of Afghanistan in late 2001, is set to get free after nearly 2 decades in prison. You know what? I just thought of an interesting point. You know
What's
all
that?
those ISIS people that have been caught? It's not going to be fair to a guy that served 2 decades for being part of the Taliban if we don't give the ISIS Americans that we caught the same treatment.
Okay.
It was just a thought. Like, you know how they're like, oh, we should go easy on the ISIS people. We should go easy on them. It's like, okay, this man served 20 fucking years. They should do the same goddamn thing. The quality.
Maybe. Scotty,
What's
there's a link in the side chat.
Of the hangout.
Are you still trying to find that goddamn bath video?
Yeah, I just found it.
Because it's not showing up in the hangout chat, so maybe put it in the stream chat.
Okay, that one was loud.
Aww. Little trucker is so adorable.
And Kristen says, who has a talk bird? Ain't nobody got a talk bird. I got a 2-year-old.
Are you going to pat it for a budgie?
I was going to say, if you want to be super nice, in the chat for Trucker's Kid. Aww.
Why did you just shill the Streamlabs in the
Because I needed a place to
DM?
be. I needed a place to be able to copy it later.
I thought that was a bit weird. It's like we're all in there. Like, we're going to give ourselves money, are we?
Why not? I just needed a place to copy the link or to paste it so I didn't have to sit and type it all out again.
Huh.
You little runt. You little runt.
So yeah, the video's not showing up for me.
So, what conditions? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so wait, did this just reload? Okay, sorry. But conditions imposed recently on Lynn's release, slated for Thursday, makes clear that authorities remain concerned about the threat he could pose once free. Lynn converted to Islam as a teenager after seeing the film Malcolm X and went overseas to study Arabic and the Quran. In November of 2000, he went to Pakistan and from there made his way to Afghan. He joined the Taliban and was with them on September 11th, 2001, where Al-Qaeda terrorists attacked the World Trade Center and the Pentagon.
Oof.
The U.S. Why are you giving me a history of all this shit? We already know this, but whatever. The U.S. attacked Afghan after all the stuff happened and turned over Al Qaeda people's leader Osama bin Laden. The dude was captured in a battle with Northern Alliance fighters. Freedom! In late 2001. He was present when a group of Taliban prisoners launched an attack that killed Johnny Mike Span, a CIA officer who had been interrogating Lindh, Lindh, like what is that, a Lindh, and other Taliban. Who puts an H after a D, for fuck's sake? Learn to spell names. Television footage of a bearded, wounded Lindh captured among Taliban fighters created an international sensation, and he was brought to the US of A to face charges of conspiring to kill Span and providing support to terrorists. Eventually, he struck a plea bargain in which he admitted illegally providing support to Taliban but denied a role in Span's death. Okay. Lind with an H received a 20-year prison sentence. He served roughly 17 years and 5 months, including 2 months when he was in military detention. Federal inmates who exhibit good behavior typically serve 85% of their sentence. His probation officers asked the court to impose additional restrictions on Lind with an H while he remains on supervised release for the next 3 years. Lind initially opposed, but eventually said fine, and which include monitoring software on his internet stuff. Oh, fuck you, advocate. Randomly popped up here. And now I don't know where I am. Oh wait, monitoring software on his internet crap, requiring that people watch him while he's doing porn. Oh, and all of his communications must be conducted in English because we can't talk to learn Arabic when we're monitoring people. And that he undergo mental health counseling and forbids him from possessing or viewing extremist material. Well, how if you're already an extremist, not viewing the extremist material isn't really going to help you, but okay. Holding a passport of any kind or leaving the US of A. Because God forbid he not live here anymore. Authorities never specified their rationale for seeking such restrictions. A hearing on the issue was canceled after Lind with an H agreed to them. Are they going to start saying it was like Islamophobic or something to be extra careful when he was relieved? Is this what's going on?
Probably.
The Bureau.
Also, why am I still being presented?
Because I love you, and I was just too lazy to stop
I love you
presenting.
too, but it's a bit weird.
I was just too lazy to unpresent you. Jesus. Why is it weird? It's not like you're standing there naked or something. It's just your avatar.
It just felt weird.
Ah, Scotty doesn't like spotlights. That's adorable. The Bureau of
Does the article say where he's going to live at?
Maybe. The Bureau of Prisons said Lind with an H rejected an interview request submitted by the Associated Press, and his lawyer declined comment. But there have been reports that Lind with an H behavior in prison has created cause for concern. Foreign Policy magazine reported. There's a magazine on foreign policy? Okay. Foreign Policy magazine reported in 2017 that an investigation by the National Counterterrorism Center, Jesus Christ, found that Lind with an H continued to advocate for global jihad and to write and translate violent extremists' texts. A former inmate who knew Lind with an H from the time they spent at the same federal prison said he never heard Lind with an H espouse support for Al Qaeda or indicate a risk for violence, but he found Lind with an H to be antisocial and awkward around others. Shit, Scotty, you might be a terrorist.
If I'm a terrorist, what does that make Chucker then?
Oh, God. Run! With an unyielding black and white view of religion. Okay. The inmate spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity because he wanted to avoid further stigmatization from his time in Lind H's prison unit. Michael Jensen, a terrorism researcher guy at the University of Maryland, National Consortium for the Study of Terrorism and Responses to Terrorism, said it's clear the government has concerns about the guy's mindset. For 3 years, he's going to be watched like a hawk, they say. Yeah. He said Lind with an H report represents an interesting test case. All right, he's a test rat. As he is on the leading edge of dozens of inmates who were convicted on terror-related offenses in the aftermath of September 11th and are eligible for release in the next 5 years. He said there's little research to indicate the efficacy of de-radicalizing inmates with connections to radical Islam, but he said the research shows that the rates for those connected to white supremacy and other forms of extremism are high. So, okay. Lind with an H has been housed in Terre Haute, Terrehaute, Indiana. So there you go, Crappy. He's going to be in Terre Haute, Indiana, with other Muslim inmates convicted on terror-related charges. Is it really a good idea to put all of the released terror people in the same place?
No, it's not.
Like, I feel like that's like they're like, you're not allowed to go on the internet and extremist anything. You're not allowed to talk in Arabic on the internet, blah blah blah. But then they're like, we're gonna put you with all the other Muslim inmates convicted on terror-related charges.
NBC reported that they were talking about him living with his family in Virginia, somewhere in Virginia.
Yeah, well, militarytimes.com says Indiana.
Hey, Crappy, repeat what you're saying about being someone being somewhere in Virginia.
They're reporting that guy may live with his parents somewhere in Virginia.
If that's the case, it's probably going to be near Doswell. I'm willing to bet, because the brother that was involved in the Boston Marathon bombing
Uh-huh.
is buried in Doswell.
Huh.
Just saying.
Well, who knows? It's either going to be there or Indiana. Apparently, they can't get it straight. The rationale was to keep those inmates from radicalizing others in the general prison population, Jensen said. Those inside the unit were supposed to be limited in their ability to communicate with each other, anyways. But the reality is that these guys still talk to each other. I feel like suppressing communication with people doesn't help you de-radicalize anybody.
No, it'll actually only piss the person off more.
Yes. Lind with an H, for his part, admitted his role and his wrongdoing in supporting the Taliban, but he and his family have bristled at any notion that he should be considered a terrorist. When he was sentenced, Lind with an H said he never would have joined the Taliban if he fully understood what they were about.
Extradite.
Yeah. He also issued a short essay condemning acts of violence in the name of Islam that kill or harm innocent civilians. Oh, okay. Okay, so you can't kill or harm innocent civilians, but military is free game, right? Or police, or probably anybody that's a target. So innocent civilians that aren't caught up in this religious thing, fine. But I bet you the Christians are not classed as innocent civilians. I bet you politicians that go against Islam are not innocent civilians. They are your target. So I love the wording of that. You can't kill or harm innocent civilians.
Well, that's
But
what a lot of them
anybody
went to
that's
prison. That's actually what a lot of them went to prison for is the harming of civilians, because if it's military personnel, it's just considered an act of war, and that's what happens. And you're treated as if you're just a POW.
Yeah,
but
but
now the moment you involve civilians or non-military personnel in there, that's when you're considered a terrorist.
well, not only that, but I mean, just in the context of Islam on its own, innocent civilians is a very narrow spectrum, because in Islam, you are the enemy if you do certain things against, Allah. So, for example, I could say "fuck you, Muhammad," and now I'm fair game. I'm not an innocent civilian anymore. I'm now their enemy. So, in the context of Islam,
Yeah, but you're talking about going against. You're talking about their standards, but
exactly.
when it comes to any sort of religious fight, you do not want to sit and incorporate their standards into yourself.
Oh, no, but this guy's confession was from his point of view, right? So when he says, I condemn the killing of innocent civilians, I'm going, yeah, okay, but I bet you wouldn't condemn if I said, fuck you, Muhammad, and you shot me, because I'm not an innocent civilian to you anymore. So when he says that, I put no stock in what he has said, because he is still a full supporter of Islam. And according to the Quran, right now I'm an enemy. So his condemning of killing innocent civilians, I don't put much credit to that, because it should be you don't kill people. Because if you are deeply embedded into the beliefs of the Quran, then I am now fair game. And so
the Quran's very peaceful.
Right?
So peaceful.
Any Christian is fair game. Any non-hijab wearing woman is fair game, because they're not an innocent civilian anymore. They're the enemy.
Right, but then you don't want to sit and condemn him based on his standards, condemn him based on ours.
Oh, I don't want to condemn him based on his standards. I just believe his statement saying, "Oh yeah, well I condemn the killing of innocent civilians," because that's
right. But you're still not understanding that he is condemning stuff based on our standards, not his.
True. I exted out that. I exited out that completely. like, I don't know, man. If he was involved in the Taliban during 9/11 and the only thing he didn't do was kill a military soldier, like he was still in the Taliban and probably still would have been had we not caught him.
If the thing is, if he had been treated, the thing about the whole mess is, if he had acted in a way that a military would and was caught, they would have just shot him on sight and been done with it. But instead, they caught him, killing women, women, children, civilians, non-military personnel. That brings up a different standard.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm also kind of biased, just a little.
Noticed.
A woman that's not biased, that's rare.
I wasn't going to go that far, Scotty, but you're right.
You sexist bastard. I love you too. I'm a little racist and you're a little sexist. Oh, we make such a cute couple.
I think we're both racist and sexist. And probably homophobic.
Haha, you didn't disavow that shit. Yeah.
There's a black man here. I think we should be fine.
All right, somebody carry the stream for a minute because I have.
You're fine with it, little nigga, aren't you? Little nigga.
He's still the.
Well, we're gonna get arrested then. Oh well.
Fuck. All right.
The FBI's knocking on our door.
Carry the stream.
Well, let's see. So, no, there's two Norwegians then. Because Bjorn's also Norwegian. Because Sweden's also pretty expensive, I heard. Yeah, Cuban, I know I'm a sexist. I'm also racist. Still very racist.
Is she still presenting you?
No, not anymore.
Uh,
I don't think so. You guys should do a little parody song of I'm a little country and you're a little rock and roll. Blind girl and opinionated Scotsman.
the problem is neither one of them like country music, so.
What? What's about countries?
Red Feather says you should do a parody.
Well, I'm a big Johnny Cash fan, if that counts.
That'll work. I'm a little Scottish and I'm a little Canadian. There you go.
I think she can actually sing, I can't.
Well, the key is finding the key that most people who can't sing come across is you need to find your vocal range. It's more find the music that your voice suits, and not the other way around.
Scotty would probably be a good rapper.
No. You're Donnie and Marie. Who's Donnie and Marie?
Donnie and Marie, dude, they were born before Donnie, or they were born way the hell after Donnie and Marie.
Who was?
Both of you.
Oh yeah,
Hell, I was barely alive for Donnie and Marie.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Shut up, old man. You were around when Beethoven was still alive.
I know.
You remember the Declaration of Independence being signed?
Hell, I can remember the Donnie and Marie show.
Ah, so they're the ones that sung that song. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So I was about to do a trigger warning about the child molester, and I just got a random something or another. Some person, okay, so I I shared a article that said parents are poisoning their children with bleach to cure autism. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Please stop this shit. So this guy responded and goes, if you aren't frozen by fear propaganda, research. And this says download free autism recovery book.
You know,
I just got like trolled by a woo chart.
can I give a piece of advice, really?
Sure.
We got a stream going on.
Yeah.
Play on Facebook while we're streaming.
I wasn't playing on Facebook while we were streaming. I was gonna go, like, it just popped up. And it
Yeah,
caught
they
my
were-
attention because it said autism.
Tom, that was a terrible joke. You can do better than that, surely.
They were talking about that on HLN News today, and how much focus, and the number of people that was believing it and hurting their kids.
Yeah, it's not cool. So, trigger warning: child rapist raped, stitched by medics, and then re-raped by 20 prisoners. Wow. In Taguatina, Brazil, foreign professor Daryl Dixon, foreign Xavier, was jailed after turning himself in with help from his lawyer in being sought for the awful and wrong rape of his own 1-year-old son. Seriously?
Yep.
He has been just as brutally raped by a squad of 20 of his fellow inmates. Just desserts. This happened during his initial 30-day incarceration as he waited for hearing before a presiding judge. During his jailing, Daryl became the focus of the entire local prison resident population. This cause of crazed vigilante justice is seen by many as him getting justice he deserved. Yes, it is. His son is forever damaged and hurt, so why not Daryl? Also, some have to say. A gang of a total of 20 inmates have had their way with him. After the initial assault being committed, the jail medical staff doctored Daryl with a large number of stitches covering the whole of his back and prominently his anal area. Upon being again instituted inside the prison, he was raped and otherwise abused for a second round. Injuries were made over his entire body and especially to the region of his backside. Bloody stains on the seat of his uniform attested to his vigilante justice that he has now 2 times undergone. Some outsiders are making shouts of calling the actions of the inmates as uncivilized and extreme. Most in his native community sanction the event as seemingly karmic nature. Most side with the vigilantes, I included. The general public is alarmed, yet hardly anybody is really loudly protesting. Daryl is a marked man wherever he may have to go within the country's prison system. Agree.
Well, that's why when you rape a fucking child, isn't it?
He raped a 1-year-old. He should be just raped for eternity. Seriously?
If they put him in general population, he will be, but they'll probably put him in protective custody.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly.
That's
But the good part of it is they had to sew his ass up.
Literally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I hope he just gets like constipated and explodes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, from the inside, that'd be nasty.
Why don't we get some R's for respect for those awesome inmates?
Well,
I hope he
he's
fucking-
lucky he's living.
R for
Yeah,
respect,
he is lucky.
inmates.
All right,
Hells
blind girl, you
yeah.
mind if I take the next one?
Absolutely, go for it. Well, I don't mind. Just go ahead. It gives me a chance to heat up some more food.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
All right. This is headline American Web Media. Other prisoners discover what a man did to an 8-year-old girl and prepare a special welcome for him. Inmates do not take kindly to those convicted of molesting, raping, or killing children, because these convicts have targeted someone who's not only smaller, but more innocent than they were. They destroyed life because of their criminal abuses. Now, one Oklahoma prison inmate took justice personally when he learned the crime his cellmate had been convicted for and felt like the justice system had failed the young victim. 59-year-old Anthony Palma met a violent, brutal end when his cellmate, Raymond Pilato, beat and strangled him to death in prison. The incident occurred on January 11th, while the pair were held together at the Oklahoma State Penitentiary in McAlester, Oklahoma. When Palma was found dead in his cell, his corpse was quickly removed and brought to the medical examiner. They found that the cause of death was ligature strangulation and blunt force trauma to the head. Just 2 years ago, Palma began serving a life sentence for 1997 cold case murder that involved a beautiful 8-year-old girl whose body was never found. Her family was tormented by her disappearance and suspected death for years until police finally tracked down Palma and connected him to the case. Pilato, the cellmate, is 35 and is in prison serving several life sentences for murdering and shooting with intent to kill. He has also been convicted of other charges. Last month, the prison reported Palma's death. However, they kept the reason for it undisclosed, as a prison killing for justice is still murder. Now, the Department of Corrections is confident that he was killed because his crime was against an 8-year-old girl who was innocent of all things evil until she met Palma. Those who are serving time for victimizing children, they are definitely more vulnerable, explained DOC spokesman Matt Elliott. Palma was found of killing Kirsten Hatfield. She lived 2 doors down from him. DNA testing linked Palma to her disappearance. He was then found guilty of kidnapping the girl, sexually assaulting her, and then killing her to get rid of the evidence. Back in January, authorities said that they had hoped to interview Palma this year to finally learn the location of Kristen's remains. We have not had closure on this case, and we may never have closure because we wanted to find her body and bring her home, said Midwest City Police Chief Brandon Claves. Our hopes are, with any case like this, the suspect is convicted. In this case, it was Anthony Palma, that hopefully he would have some inkling of a conscience, maybe intervention by a higher power, maybe God, and come out and tell us exactly what he did with her. Although her daughter's killer is now dead, Kristen's mother, Shannon Hazen, refuses to give up hope. She added, "I'm not going to. I'm just not. I don't have to at this point." The girl's family has gone through hell since her disappearance and presumed murder. Now they can rest knowing her killer is no longer, that her killer no longer has the chance to victimize other children.
Good on them.
This is specifically why child molesters, child rapists do not end up in general population in prisons. The moment his cellmate found out what happened, yeah.
I'm okay with this.
And
I mean,
Crappy can attest. You take someone like the 35-year-old man who was his cellmate. He's going to die in jail. So, what can they do to him that's worse than already there?
Yep, that's true.
Because he's in there serving. They don't say exactly what it is. They said several life sentences plus other charges. So
What's one more?
Yeah, what's one more?
Exactly. I'm okay with this. I really am. I'm very okay with this.
Inmates will get justice.
I saw these line of stories and figured you'd probably enjoy them.
Oh Jesus. So
Oh no! Tell you what, can we handle one more?
oh yes we can, because I just got a PDF of homeopathy for autism.
Okay. All right. Prisoner who. This is brought by the Metro UK. Prisoner who tortured his baby son is beaten with a sock filled with tuna cans.
Yes.
A man who abused his baby son so badly that he had to have his legs amputated has been beaten and held hostage by fellow inmates in prison. Tony Smith, 47, was attacked with a sock filled with tuna cans and metal bars by two inmates who tied him to a chair at Swaleside Prison in the Isle of Sheppey in Kent. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Smith, who was jailed alongside his girlfriend, Jody Simpson, 24, for nearly torturing her baby son, also called Tony, to death, suffered a fractured eye socket, broken ribs, and a broken jaw in the attack. A witness told the Daily Star that Smith was lucky to be alive after being wrongly housed in a wing for vulnerable prisoners where the attack took place on 7 of August. The insider said they came into contact with Smith and held him hostage in his own cell for 4 hours. During that time, they tied him to a chair and attacked him with a sock filled with tuna cans and metal bars. They also stamped all over him. Prison guards managed to get them off in the nick of time. He's lucky he didn't die. The men are now in segregation pending an investigation as to how this happened. Baby Tony was only 41 days old in 2014 when he had to fight for his life after his parents beat him so hard he suffered from septicemia and 8 fractured bones. I'm not going to try to pronounce that again. Tony had to amputate both of his legs after Smith and Simpson left him in a critical condition for 9 hours before taking him to the hospital, later explaining that they were waiting for a plumber. During the court cases, Maidstone Crown Court heard how Tony's thigh bones, lower legs, right ankle, left thumb, and 2 bones in his big toe were fractured. The injuries would have been caused by yanking, pulling, and twisting with force up to 10 days before he was taken to hospital, experts concluded at the time. Tony, now 3 years old, has since been adopted by a loving new family. Smith, a heroin addict, and Simpson were jailed for 10 years each in February this year. A prison service spokesman said the attack on Smith staff resolved an incident involving 3 prisoners at HMB Swalesdale on August 7th. The incident has been referred to the police, so it would be inappropriate to comment further. So, yeah, that one is a couple inmates found out what he did to a child, tied him to a chair, and beat him with a sock filled with tuna cans.
Yeah, a lot of times they either put locks or soap in them.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's a formidable weapon.
Beaten to death with soap. That should be on people's tombstones.
Oh, this dude was almost beaten to death with tuna.
Damn.
Sorry, Charlie. I couldn't resist.
I've seen one beat with soap in a sock. Wasn't very many spots on him. It wasn't black and blue.
Okay, so
Huh?
okay, so after all of this tremendous just desserts, I now feel compelled to debunk this shit I was just sent. I was just sent something that says introduction. Autism is avoidable, treatable, and curable. No, it's not. And so it goes step 1. Diet change. Step 2, chlorine dioxide. Step 3, how to deliver chlorine dioxide. Step 4, other ways of delivering chlorine dioxide. Number 5, other supplements. Number 6, hyperbarics. Number 7, GMAF and autism. Number 8, how to recover after chlorine dioxide.
Bleach.
Number 9, maintaining the healing with chlorine dioxide.
You know, I actually sent you a related story.
I am officially angry right now. I am so mad.
You know, I actually sent you a related article.
Wow.
An American pastor reportedly gave miracle water to Ugandans. It was bleach.
Okay, let's read this shit. Fucking bleach to children? Seriously? Stop it. God, shit to clean your counter is not for your fucking mouth.
The thing is, if chlorine is weak enough, if it's weak enough, you can actually drink it. Problem is,
Why the fuck would you drink it though?
I don't know.
Autism?
I don't know, but like I said, I mean, if it's weak enough, you can drink it. I mean, it's swimming pool water, basically, but it's a matter of any kind of concentration that would do anything to your body other than give you the runs will kill you.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what happened to the Ugandans. An American pastor has been accused of distributing a poisonous miracle drink to thousands of Ugandans, including infants, according to a report by The Guardian, and is now condemned to hell. Robert Baldwin, hellbound man, founder of a Christian nonprofit based in New Jersey, was providing a bogus miracle cure to almost 50,000 Ugandans, according to the outlet's original reporting. No wonder they don't fucking trust our vaccines. We keep giving them bleach and shit. In conjunction with Sam Little, a supposed British clairvoyant, aka grifter, Baldwin was promoting the substance as a cure for many diseases, including cancer, malaria, and HIV/AIDS. You know, he's not wrong. When you're dead, you're cured.
Oof.
The cure, known as Miracle Mineral Solution, or MMS, which I've heard a lot of WUTARds use. They actually have like little black vials of MMS that they fucking sell to people.
Oh, what the
I think
fuck?
if you ask me if you're dumb enough to think that a drink will give you miracles, frankly, I think you deserve to die, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The substance consists of sodium chloride and citric acid.
Citric acid.
Yeah, citric
Orange
acid.
juice. Orange juice.
Which combine to create chlorine dioxide, an industrial bleach. The U.S. Embassy in Kampala on Monday, Kampala condemned the distribution of such things. In an interview with NJ Advance Media, Baldwin denied distributing the, quote, cure, and said he had to shut down his operations because of the hate coming his way. No shit, you cunt.
I wonder why.
I'm getting all this hate. You shouldn't hate people that's trying to kill you. It's just fucking bullying, guys.
But hey, at least it would cure cancer. Quote.
I'm sure all the people drinking the MMS was just saying, my body, my choice. Pastor,
I don't know, I think it's natural selection, to be honest.
that too.
Yeah, Darwinism.
The pastor who does not appear to be
Affiliated.
with the church disabled his social media accounts and his website, Global Health Christian Missions. He could not be reached by the Washington Post for comment. Baldwin, who is not a medical practitioner, obviously trained roughly 1,200 Ugandan clerics to administer the miracle cure. And they then gave the concoction to members of their congregations. The Guardian wrote. The news organization also contends that the drink was given to infants as young as 14 months old.
Oh no.
Holy fuck!
This is gonna piss me off.
What is it with people in bleach? Honestly.
I'm just not gonna comment because I'll be racist.
Yeah, me either. I don't want to sound a
But
bit.
there's a lot of dumb white fucks that believe that bleach cures shit too.
Well, fuck it. Yeah, they're a bunch of niggas.
Well, bleach will cure you because it's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it cures cancer when you're dead, sure, but like Jesus.
There's no point in being alive then, or being happy because they're dead. Yeah.
Yep. So it cured the cancer. It killed you. One of them's gonna get you.
Yeah, that's not surprising to me.
Yeah, but also guilty.
I mean, this is Uganda, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell you what. Would you like a little bit of a haha story for you?
Other than you know what, the guy being raped is a haha story. So really, anything at this point is gonna make me laugh because this is retarded stuff.
Yeah. Well. How about this new one? How about this one? We got a nice name from the past. Who's getting bitten? Who's shady shit's biting himself in the ass once again. How's that?
Sure. And by the way, Green Thunder, I already knew about that website thanks to Professor Stick.
Gotcha. Michael Avenatti. Remember him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ball guy.
Yeah. Guess what? He is now being charged with stealing $300,000 from former client Stormy Daniels.
Hell yeah, fuck him.
Not surprised.
This is on top of the extortion that he tried to do, extortion, blackmail, the theft from clients and all that. Yeah, these are whole new charges. A federal grand jury in Manhattan indicted celebrity attorney Michael Avenatti on Wednesday in 2 alleged schemes, charging him with fraud and aggravated identity theft involving his former client Stormy Daniels, and with attempting to extort more than $20 million from sportswear giant Nike. Prosecutors charge Avenatti with stealing about $300,000 of Daniels' advance for her book contract, according to court papers, and using that money to pay employees of his law firm and a coffee business he owned. Daniels isn't named in the indictment, but she is the individual referred to as victim number 1, according to a person familiar with the matter. To date, according to the indictment, Avenatti has failed to repay Daniels about half of the sum he allegedly stole from her. With Wednesday's charges, Avenatti has faced federal indictment 3 times over the course of about 6 weeks. Avenatti rose to fame during his representation of Daniels, the adult film actress who was a central figure in the hush money scandal that resulted in Manhattan federal prosecutors charging Michael Cohen, President Donald Trump's former personal attorney, with campaign finance violations for money he paid to silence women, including Daniels, who claimed affairs with Trump. Cohen, who pleaded guilty to those and other crimes, is serving a 3-year prison sentence. Trump has denied the alleged affairs. No, he hasn't. Daniels, whose legal name is Stephanie Clifford, has since ended her professional relationship with Avenatti, saying that he had dealt with me extremely dishonestly. CNN has reached out to Daniels for comment on the charges against her former attorney. Avenatti told CNN he will be fully exonerated. I look forward to a jury hearing of all the evidence and passing judgment on my conduct. At no time was any money misappropriated or mishandled. I will be fully exonerated once the relevant emails, contracts, text message, and documents are presented, he said. In the case involving Daniels, prosecutors allege that Avenatti, who helped negotiate the $800,000 advance for full disclosure, which was published in September 2018, defrauded Daniels by instructing her literary agent to send 2 of the installments of the advance to an account controlled by him, rather than directly to Daniels. When her agent told Avenatti that she couldn't do so without Daniels' authorization, Avenatti sent the agent a letter with a forgery of Daniels' signature, according to the indictment. Avenatti then lied to Daniels, telling her that the publisher hadn't made the payments, when in reality he had used the money to cover payroll costs for his law firm, Egan Avenatti LLP, a $3,900 lease payment for our Ferrari, and expenses including dry cleaning, airfare, hotels, and car services. In the late months of 2018 and through the beginning of this year, Daniels repeatedly asked about the missing payments, and Avenatti continued to lie to her until Daniels made direct contact with her publisher and the scheme began to unravel, according to the indictment. Before the indictments were made public Wednesday, Avenatti tweeted, "No monies relating to Miss Daniels were ever misappropriated or mishandled. She received millions of dollars worth of legal services, and we spent huge sums in expenses. She directly only paid $100 for all that she received." The indictment of the high-profile lawyer was expected in the Nike case. Earlier this year, New York federal prosecutors unsealed a complaint charging Avenatti with the attempted extortion scheme, in which, according to the prosecutors, he told attorneys for Nike that he would release what he said were allegations of misconduct by employees on the eve of both the company's quarterly earnings call and start of the NCAA tournament. Avenatti said he would disclose the allegations at a press conference, according to court papers, unless Nike had made millions in payments to him and an unnamed co-conspirator by hiring them to conduct an internal investigation. He was arrested outside the Manhattan offices of the law firm representing Nike, Boyschiller Flexner LLP at the time. He was released on a $300,000 bond. Well, now we know where that $300,000 went to. That day, federal prosecutors in Los Angeles also charged him with wire and bank fraud. He has since been indicted on 36 counts in that case, including embezzlement, wire fraud, tax evasion, bankruptcy fraud, and bank fraud connected to his alleged theft of tens of millions of dollars from 5 clients, one a paraplegic. That case is scheduled to go to trial in late August. Trial dates for the 2 cases in New York haven't been set. Michael Avenatti abused and violated the core duty of an attorney, the duty to his client, a U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Jeffrey Berman, said in a statement Wednesday. Far from zealousy representing his client, Avenatti, as alleged, instead engaged in outright deception and theft, victimizing rather than advocating for his client. Ouch. Avenatti's just getting deeper and deeper, isn't he?
Oh, he's just getting exposed as more of a scumbag than we already thought. But it's chilling time.
Showtime already?
It's 9 o'clock, man. That's why nigga had to go.
I say it's 2
Bummer.
o'clock. It's 2 o'clock, anyway. The return of failing to read the news is tomorrow, so watch.
Yay!
We'll be at
I'll
10
tell you-
p.m.
I'll tell you what.
GMT.
Let's do this the nice, easy way.
Work out for your respective time zones. You don't translate to me, so why should I translate for you?
Isn't he such a lovely, warm, and fuzzy little teddy bear?
Not me.
Yeah, you.
Subtle.
What are you doing? Are you showing Tucker, or are you just posting it in the chat?
Yes, it's so adorable.
I haven't published anything. I haven't put anything in the chat.
Okay.
Unless you
So
have.
adorable.
All right, so Pumpkin Trucker Channel tomorrow morning, starting between 8 and 9 p.m. or 8 and 9 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 1 to 2 p.m. GMT. Starting again daily, or starting again with the almost daily live dash cams. Going back up to Springfield, Pennsylvania, as almost always. But the thing is, every day is a different adventure. You always see something new every day. So yeah.
Oh, Anne Christian has working 3 hours. That's rough.
Mm.
This is 3 a.m. in Norway, and she has to work in 3 hours. Well, I hope you enjoy your work there.
Hi,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks for coming. Like, share, and sub and stuff, because we like growing. And it's so adorable.
And don't forget, everybody, tune in 7
Bye.
p.m. tomorrow. Tune in 7 p.m. tomorrow. That's midnight GMT. When you get to hear Blind Girl say,
Don't piss on the shower curtain. Don't fuck the cat.
good enough.
And
Bye,
Daddy,
guys.
sorry.
Bye, everyone.